Good morning. I'm in Dentdale in the Yorkshire Dales and it's a lovely spring day. That's Dent Head Viaduct, and a few more miles down this road is the village of Dent. I actually slept under this viaduct when I did the Dales Way a couple of years ago. I've got a photo somewhere, I'll try and pop it up, but I actually slept right under those arches there. Let's get to the village. I've just been chatting to a farmer's wife and I happened to mention that I slept under that viaduct about 2 years ago. She says, I'm surprised you didn't get told off by my husband. She didn't take it too well. I tried to explain that it was a desperate measure. It's an old place, whatever it once were. Baby lamb. Hello, mate. Yeah, I picked up a walking guidebook the other day and I got the idea for this walk from there. A lot of these guidebooks, I don't know who they're aimed at. They're there as a pleasant stroll really. They're about 3 to 4 miles long, so I like to add a bit on, so I'll get the ideas from there and then change it to suit. So this is about 8.5 miles today. Apparently it's a steady climb up here. So we'll see how we go. It's a lovely day. I love Dentdale. It's one of my favourite places in the Yorkshire Dales. It's also very quiet. You don't get a lot of people. I've had a nice breakfast. A bit expensive, but then again, everywhere up here is. But good quality stuff all the same. Now, this is an interesting place, if it's what I think it is. Oh, there you go. Nice views, look. Yeah, this place, I think they've got a collection of old farming equipment in here. We'll have a look. Let's have a look in here. Oh. Oh yeah. Old farming stuff. Ploughs, threshers, and God knows what else. Old cart there. Pots. Milk urns. Yeah. I don't know what that says on there, I can't read it. Now this is interesting. This is a lime kiln, which is basically like an oven where they used to put, I think it must be limestone, and they heat it up and then they get like a deposit from it, and it acts as almost like a cement, like a render. And what they do is they come up this slope and tip the limestone into the top, and then there'd be like a peat fire inside it, and then you get lime carbonate or something like that it's called, and that's what they used to use. That's what they used to render walls with it, they used to repair roofs with it, build houses with it. An early form of plaster or cement. And just to back that up, we've got a limestone quarry here just at the side of this lime kiln, so you can see how it went down here. That's where they cut the limestone away from the rock. All this is a quarry face. And then they'll just simply put it on a cart and get a donkey or a pack horse, whatever, to bring it up here and dump it in the lime kiln, which is there. Not a sound, just the birds. I'm supposed to be following this stream up to a waterfall, but as you can see, there's nothing in it. So I'm not holding much hope out for a waterfall. Well, strangely, that stream's full of water now. So it must go underground down there. That's why you can't see it. Because there's plenty running through there. So there must be a waterfall then. Good little place for a wild camp, this. Tucked away, nobody around, fresh running water. Yeah, that's a perfect little wild camping spot. You wouldn't get any trouble here. I think I've found it. Well, it's no Niagara Falls. Little plunge pool there. Could have a little bath in that. Look how clear it is. Pretty though. Shout out John McNeil. Shout out his friend that brought it all the way up here. These stone walls crawl all over the Yorkshire Dales, and there must be hundreds and hundreds, and if not thousands of miles of it, and they were all built by hand. They'll have had a horse or a donkey bringing up stone, and the guys who built these walls, God knows how long ago, and there's not a single drop of cement in them. But yeah, miles and miles of it. If, like me, you watch a lot of these types of videos, you'll probably know the who's who of the YouTube world when it comes to doing outdoor stuff. But if you're new to this video, or you don't often watch this sort of thing, I'll just like to give you a few names for you to check out. People that are quite big in the YouTube world, and I've got a lot of respect for, and have been a big inspiration to me. First up, we've got Al, the Bushman, and Blue. Blue being his dog, because he's got blue eyes. Yeah, Al is badass. He's badass. He'll go out in any weather, to any location, and he'll camp it, he'll hike it. He's got some great gear, so if you're looking for gear advice, check out his gear list. He's the real deal, is Al. He's as fit as a butcher's dog. He comes across as a really nice guy. And his dog's lovely. His dog goes everywhere with him. Yeah, definitely check Bushman and Blue. How could I leave out my main man, Hayes Outdoors? Hayes Outdoors has probably been the biggest inspiration for me whilst I was just in the early days of getting into this hobby. He's a fantastic lad. He's from Whitby. He's badass. He's done some great things over the last few years that I've been watching him. The Cape Wrath Trail, the Coast to Coast. Yeah, he goes on numerous different types of camps. Bushcrafting, long distance hiking, short distance hiking, woodland camps, hammock camps, you name it. He's a good all-rounder. And he's, like I say, he's been a fantastic inspiration to me. In the early days, I looked to him for gear advice. I even managed to suss out a place where he'd gone camping on the East Coast, and through Google Maps and Google Earth, I managed to locate the exact spot that he went, so that inspired me to go, you know what I mean? So, and that's how it goes. He even got me into Northern Monk beer, which I have to agree with him. Having drunk a lot of these types of craft beers, it's probably the best brewery in the UK. Some of the stuff, some of the effort that goes into just the artwork alone is amazing, and these collaborations that they do, which Hayes is a patron, they're fantastic. They promote local people doing local things, artists, musicians, fashion people. Yeah, Northern Monk, you can't beat them. Next up, the Solo Summer Tier. I forget his name, but he's a nice fella. I think he's a Lancastrian. He's a good lad. Again, badass. Goes to some really cool places in the lakes. I think he's just done one in the Cairngorms. Got good gear, knows what he's doing, confident. Yeah, so the Solo Summer Tier. Definitely check him out. And then you've got TA Outdoors. TA, Totally Awesome Outdoors. The guy's name's Mike. He also runs another channel with his dad called TA Fishing. Totally Awesome Fishing. And I think Totally Awesome Fishing is one of the biggest fishing YouTube channels in the UK. There's the other guy in Cornwall. Oh, what's he called? I'll put it on the screen. And I think he's quite possibly the best sea fishing angler in the UK for all round. But Mike and his dad Graham, they do coarse fishing, they do sea fishing, they do it all. But Mike's channel, TA Outdoors, is great for beginners actually, because it goes into great detail on knot tying and tarp configurations and things like that. Spends a lot of time in the woods. Not so much of a fell walker, because they live down in down West Country way, Plymouthy way, I don't know, somewhere down there, so they probably haven't got access to the fells like we have in Yorkshire. But yeah, definitely check TA Outdoors. Yeah, there's loads to go out on YouTube with these sorts of videos. There's other channels. MCM Outdoors, he seems like a good guy. For comedy value, the English Woodsman, and I think they call him the Fell Wanderer, Geordie lad, Fell Wanderer. That canoe trip that he did, where there was a trickle of water in the river, was absolutely hilarious. He just kept bottoming out. Yeah, but do some searching around on YouTube. There's loads to go at, and some of the guys on there, they really are cool. They do things way out of my comfort zone. Just popping out onto some sort of B road now. A few cyclists knocking about. These are the first people I've seen since I set off. Road closed. Not me though. Pedestrians. What? This is why these maps are so good. I'll just show you this. So when we popped out onto that road that was there, and we've walked up to this point here, and what I want to do is I want to pick up this footpath that goes along there. But what I wanted to show you, just zoom in there, look. See that black line and that black line coming down there, that little one there. What that is that stone wall, and that stone wall there, which ends just up there. So yeah, these maps are really detailed. Little things like that can help a lot. First I thought this was litter, but it's actually a geocache. And geocaches are little tubs of mementos or little trinkets that people leave, and you sign your name and you date it and things like that, just to say you've been here. It's actually quite a nationwide hobby. I think there's an app you can get for your phone that tells you where a lot of them are. This will be on the app, I would imagine, because it's quite well looked after. Let's have a look inside. Right, we've got all sorts of stuff. Come to that. Oh shit! There's like little glittery things. Get them back in. We've got a badge. Get the best of both worlds this summer. We've got a Daffy Duck, a little bracelet off a very small child. What's this? Oh, it's a Forgotten Paths, hiking the West Coast Path, South West Coast Path. Okay. Pastry cutter, a nail file, some of these glittery things, Oh, it's a fidget spinner. Yeah. Glitter. A weird button. Plastic. Another button. Pencil, need that in a minute. And well, I wanted to say Sonic, but I'm not so sure. Don't know who he is. Oh, there's loads of this glitter stuff. Butterfly. Oh, hair clip. That's all. Ninth of December, so that's new log, 15th of the 8th, 21. Right, I'll fill this in. Scruffy lot, these Yorkshire sheep. They're not those fine Lake District specimens that we saw the other day. I think this might need a bit of pointing. Whatever it once was. Oh. There's a tree growing through my house. So down there you can see the River Dee, and that we're going to drop down onto there and pick up a footpath that takes us right back into Dentdale village, Dent village, and that's actually the path that is the Dales Way that I walked along about 3 years ago, but I'm now going to be going in the opposite direction because I went towards Windermere and now I'm going the opposite way. So I last walked down here 3 years ago on the Dales Way. It's an 80-mile walk from Ilkley in the top of West Yorkshire, and it goes right through the Yorkshire Dales to Lake Windermere in Cumbria. And this is the route, part of the route that it takes along the River Dee. I did it in 4 days, and I think it rained constantly for 3.5. Well, that's a first. Battery died. Total amateur. But I've made it back to Dent. That's a lovely walk along that river. I wish I could have got some shots of that. It's worth just coming out here just to walk along there. But all in all, that's been a cracking walk. Highly recommended. Thanks for coming with me on it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.